Okay, our third in the series called The Closes. Remember to subscribe to the channel so you'll have access to all the videos. Don't hesitate to like and follow. And please leave me any comments if there's anything I can do that would make this work better for you. So what we're going to talk about, this video is dedicated to one single close, because this close can be used in a couple of different ways. And the beauty of this close is that it does something very valuable for you, whether it works or not. If it works, it's obviously valuable because it closes. But if it doesn't work, it is the best way to find out what their magic number is. Remember, the magic number is the number that they would be willing to sign today. You wouldn't even be talking any further. They'd be doing paperwork and getting this done today. And one of the ways we get the magic number is in the 3-step value bump, where we ask them that first question. So John and Mary, before I got here today, what did you think a project of this magnitude would be? And they give us an answer, and then we do the rest of the 3-step value bump. But this is another way to get the magic number, and it's called the yes or no, that's fair close. So you use this close when you're teeing up the decision for somebody to decide whether they're going to take advantage of an incentive you're going to give them. The nice thing about this close is that they're agreeing to no longer procrastinate. They're agreeing to do what you ultimately want as a salesperson, and that is just to have them decide yes or no. Remember, we don't want them sitting on that fence post, procrastinating on us with yes on one side and no on the other, and we don't get them to move. The vast majority of the times when somebody doesn't buy from you, they're doing it through procrastination, not by telling you, no, I'm not going to do it. So this is the beauty of this close. So the way it works is, and you could use this at the initial visit incentive, you could use it in an MOD, with the social media or the flex install. You just kind of pick where you want to use it. John, Mary, really excited about this program I'm going to show you, or that my manager qualified you for, or this program is not for everyone, but it is our largest program, our biggest incentive, and it is for today's customers. So all I want, and you introduce the initial visit incentive letter, whichever one. And then simply before you show them, you go, so John, what I'd like you to do is just take a good look at this incentive. It's really good with the initial visit incentive letter, because that's for today's business. There's a sense of urgency. Or social media, because you got your manager to give you a social media program from them. You finished the call. So you literally go, John and Mary, really excited about this program that we were able to qualify you for. It really does represent a significant savings. So I'm just going to ask you to do one thing for me, if you would. They'll look at you and you go, I just want you to take a look at it. And if it works for you, we'll get the ball rolling. And if it doesn't, just tell me no. I'll take a no as graciously as I take a yes. You can tell me yes or no, can't you, John? That's fair, isn't it? And John will go, and if he hesitates at all, well, John, you can say no, can't you? Can you say no, John? Yes, I can say no. And I can see that you can say yes too. So yes or no. And then you've got to get the same agreement from her or from the other party. You've got to turn to the other person and go, now can you also give me a yes or no? That's fair, isn't it? You can give me a yes or no, can't you? And they go, yes, we can do that. And you go, fantastic. And then you present that program, the initial visit or the social media or even the flex install if you're using it there, and you show them the savings, and you might leave them alone. You don't have to porch light. You could go use the restroom or something, or porch light, or you could just set back if you don't feel they're in the need of a porch light, or if you've already done it and there wasn't a whole lot of conversation. Some people don't need you to step out to talk. You'll need to play that one by ear. And so you wait. And don't say anything else. They've agreed to tell you a yes or no. Once you present the incentive, you don't do anything else unless you've exited the door, and then you don't come back in until they give you a yes or a no. Now, the beautiful thing is if they, look at it and go ask you any question, if they don't sit on the fence and procrastinate and they don't say no and they ask you any type of question, They want to say yes. And so you answer the question and then just assume the close. Assume it. You know, remember my famous lines that help you assume the close that you can use anywhere. They ask a question, you go, I love to see people save money. Welcome to Remodel USA. Or that was a lot better, that savings, wasn't it, John? Welcome to Remodel USA. Those two sentences, I love to see people save money. Welcome to Remodel USA, and give me that handshake or the fist bump. Or, wow, that's a lot better, isn't it? As you give somebody a savings, welcome to Remodel, and I look for the handshake or fist bump. Two very easy ways to ask for the business and assume the order. So anyway, back to yes or no. So if the person asks you a question, they want to say yes, just answer the question and then assume the order. You could use one of those last two to assume it. If they sit on the fence, hold them accountable. John, you told me you'd say yes or no. Just say no. If it's not exciting for you and this isn't the right answer for what you're looking for, then just tell me no. You'd be amazed how many people will refuse to tell you no. But what you're looking for is yes or no, that's fair, and they promise to give you one or the other. So they give you a yes, you got the business. They ask a question, they want to say yes. But then the person says no. And when the person says no, I want you to say two things. The first thing I want you to say is, fair enough. As I said, I'll take that very graciously. Tell me what it is that we're not providing as a contractor that you're looking for. Where did I miss the boat? And they're going to come back and say, no, your company's wonderful. We love it. Just, it's not the right time or it's out of our budget or something to that effect. But I want you to remember to say that. Fantastic, John. I appreciate your candor. That's exactly what I wanted, was one or the other. I accept that graciously. Just tell me one thing. Where, as a contractor, did we miss the boat? What did we not provide that you were looking for? And I promise you, when you ask that question, they're going to tell you, no, the company's great, product's great, we love all that. It's just either outside of our budget or we can't do it now or something. They're going to refer back to the money. And then you do the second thing. And the second thing is, well, John, what was the number you'd have said yes at? And this is the power. It's the second best thing that this close can do for you. The best one is you get it. But the second best thing is you get to ask this question. So they say no, and you go, that's fine, I'll accept that graciously. Let me just ask you, what as a contractor did we not provide you that you were looking for? And they're going to sell it back. No, company's great, you're great, product's great, blah, 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 blah. We just couldn't budget, afford money, what have you. And then you look at them and you go, so John, what was the number you'd have said yes at? Now that's going to throw them off. And they're going to look at you kind of funny or startled or not understand. And so you have to explain what you're asking. What I mean is, this number doesn't work for you, but you told me you'd give me a yes or a no. So that means there was a number that would have gotten the yes. What was it? I'm just curious. What was the number that we'd be doing paperwork and getting this order placed for you? And you make him answer that question. If he says, I don't know, then say, well, think about it, John, because obviously when you said you'd give me a yes or a no, if I'd have put something in front of you, it would have clicked for you and you'd have gone, yes. What would that number have been? And you get him to give you the magic number. Because the beauty of the magic number, as I explained to you yesterday with reduced to the ridiculous and the other components that you can use the magic number for, it's now the starting point of negotiations. You're not starting at zero. I don't care if the magic number is $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $18,000, $20,000, $25,000. I don't care. That's now the only distance you have to cover is what the magic number is and where you're at now. And so with a little discounting and a little conversation with your manager, and they give a little bit and we give a little bit, you can meet them somewhere in the middle and get this deal closed. I have closed many a deal where the rep's at 18 or 19 and the people thought they could get it done for 12. And we're sitting there having conversation and using discounts, and we close them at $16,000 or $17,000. It's a very standard process. So the beauty of this magic number, when you can get it out of them, however you do, either with the yes or no or with the 3-step value bump, you got to remember that magic number whenever they offer it to you. Because now you have the best reason ever to use in your MOD call. You talk about the place, you talk about the people, you talk about the project, you go over the numbers and affordability and where you're at and payment and deposit. And then you just simply say to your manager, I can't believe that, he actually told me that if we'd have been at 15,000, we'd have done paperwork. I wouldn't even be calling you on the phone. We'd be placing the order. And we're not that far apart. I can't believe we can't do something to make this an easy decision. And so you give that magic number to your manager, and they know where you're at because you went over the affordability, the A part, and then your manager negotiates for you through the programs and conversation to bring the two of you together. It's magic. The only two reasons, remember, that you're making an MOD call is to give your manager either the magic number or the biggest problem that you discovered in the bathroom. If these people kept saying, I got to think about it, get other estimates or all that, you don't say that in an MOD call. You go place, people, project, affordability. And if you didn't get a magic number, you go, and in their kitchen, they've literally got a rotten wood underneath where the sink is, and they're missing 3 of the doors and 2 of the drawers don't work. I don't feel good about leaving it this way. It would be so beautiful and it would just solve all their problems. There's got to be something we can do to make this an easy decision for them, boss. And now you've ignored completely all the garbage they've been giving you. Think about it, other estimates, talk to the redheaded stepchild or anything like that. And you've brought it back to either the magic number or the biggest problem they're having. And that's all it's about. And I can't believe we're not that far apart. If you got the magic number, there's got to be something we can do to bring us together. I'm calling you. You got to help me out. Or if it's the biggest problem, I can't leave it like this. It really bothers me what they're dealing with. Moisture behind the walls, mold. There's got to be something we can do to make this an easy decision for them. And so that's how you use the magic number. So the yes or no, that's fair, brings you down to that magic number. They agree to do the yes or no. If they say yes, great, you got it. If they ask a question, they want to say yes, answer the question and assume the sale. And if they say no, that's fine. I told you I accept that graciously. I appreciate you making a decision. Let me ask you, as a contractor, what have we failed to provide for you that you are looking for? They're going to pull it back. Nothing. Your wonderful product's wonderful. The company's wonderful. It's just, and they're going to mention money. I promise you. And then you ask them, well, what was the number you would have said yes to? And they won't get it at first, and you let it soak in, and you go, you told me you give me a yes or a no. That means there's some type of number you'd have said yes to. What is it? I didn't really think about it. Well, take a minute and think about it. What would you have said yes to? You told me no. That's great. What would have been? I'm sure we can't get to it, but I've done everything I can. But I'm just curious what that number was, and get that magic number. This is a powerful close. Try it out.